Hello, beautiful people from across the lands. It is your girl, Tashana Nicole. Join me on my journey to financial independence by eliminating debt, creating multiple streams of income, and inspiring others to dream again. Hello, if you are new here, welcome back to my hopeful peeps for returning. This video is way overdue. I wanted to give you all an update on my debt freedom journey. The last update I gave y'all was back in November of 2021. So it's been a year and some change, and I want to get into where I stand right now in regards to my numbers, some kind of discouraging things that has been happening along this debt freedom journey, and also what are my plans to kind of keep going and eliminating this burden we call debt. So let's get into it. See, what had happened was your girl got real excited about this whole wave of student loan forgiveness, and for it to be paused and challenged yet another time, it kind of just took me, really killed the whole vibe. Before my last update, I was aggressively paying down my student loan debts. I have private federal student loans and public federal student loans. And my public federal student loans qualifies for the payment pause. But during that time, I was still making payments on that and maintaining the minimum payments for my private federal student loans. However, I have regressed from doing that. I became less aggressive once more conversation came around the student loan forgiveness that the Biden administration was working towards, and it was looking very promising that this was going to become a reality for me. And so, of course, I'm like, you know what, let me, at least actually accept the payment pause and, start putting that money into other use while still maintaining my private student loans, the minimum payment. And so it has just been a whirlwind of emotions for, the various states that are challenging the Biden administration in regards to this public student loan forgiveness plan. And it has, just impacted me just in the momentum that I was having, just going, and then, having this excitement and hope that, this, forgiveness actually may happen. It's going to come my way. I'm actually going to pull back, only to, see it in limbo right now. It's like, child, I'm over it. So, but at the end of the day, this amount of money is attached to my name, and it is something that by any means necessary I am still working to get rid of, but I just haven't been as aggressive as I have in the past. And so my numbers are going to reflect that right when we get into it. So before I get into my numbers of where I am currently, how much I've been able to pay down prior to the last update that I gave you all, I just want to give some context in regards to the student loan forgiveness that I do qualify for. So there are two different student loan forgiveness that are out there. The one is the $10,000 student loan forgiveness for anyone who qualified for a Pell Grant or received Pell Grant funding during their education. And usually the Pell Grant was awarded to low-income families who were going to seek a secondary education, going to a college or university. I was a recipient of that, so I did qualify for that, and I believe you got an additional $10,000. I can't remember what the additional $10,000 were. I'll pop it up in some words here. I can't remember if it was like an income limit or something like that. But I qualified, and so when that had came across, that was like $20,000 that I would qualify for, and that would have been a huge chunk out of my student loan debt. And so when the various states started to sue or challenge or counteract this legislation, it just put a pause on everything, and it really just it upset me. But there is also another student loan forgiveness, the public student loan forgiveness program, that I do qualify for as well. Now, there were some changes made to this public student loan forgiveness program, and I believe by July of this year of 2020, they did cut off the application enrollment rate, if you will, for those who may qualify under these new exemptions that they put under the public student loan forgiveness program. Prior to that, there was a lot of nuances and things that made it very difficult for people to qualify. And so the Biden administrations did change up some of the qualifications. And so I became aware of that, and I did apply. And right now I have 52 payments counted towards my 120 payments. But I called and followed up on my public student loan forgiveness status, and there are about 50 or so qualifying payments that haven't been added yet that would put me at like 107. And the caveat to that is that I haven't received the paperwork back from a job that I had to kind of show proof that I worked there, during that time. And so once I get that paper back, I would technically be at 107. And then also the current job that I have, I'm a few months behind on sending there's a form that you have to send to kind of count the amount of time that you worked at this entity that qualifies under the Public Student Loan Forgiveness Program. And so once I get that in, that actually may put me over 107. So it may get me very, very close to 120. Once I get, all of my paperwork solidified, I'll come back in and do an update on that. But that is the other student loan forgiveness program, the public student loan forgiveness program that I do qualify due to the entity that I work in, whether it's a nonprofit, a federal organization. Those type of employers qualify under this program, and I've worked under that my whole career, so I've always been with some sort of nonprofit, so majority of my work history qualify. The only difference is that you have to be considered full-time, and during the very beginning stages of my career, I was not full-time, I was part-time. But after speaking with a rep from my loan servicer, Mohila, which was a whole other thing. I got switched over from Fed Loan to Mohila. But luckily, it was a smooth transition, but still, it was just what it was. But with speaking with a representative there, although I was considered part-time, as long as you worked over 30 hours per week, they will count that as full-time. Even though if you weren't offered a full-time position, you were marked as part-time. If it's over 30 hours, they will count that employment history as a full-time. And I was at 37 point something. I was at just enough hours, under 40, so they couldn't give me benefits, which was kind of shady, but we're not going to go there. So hearing that was kind of like, okay, I've been there. I was at that job for like 2 years. So that's 2 years worth of payment history that can be qualified towards the public student loan forgiveness. So I am hopeful that I may reach that 120 payments, but at the same time, I'm trying not to get my hopes up too far because of just what's been going on with legislation. And so that's kind of where I stand on the, public student loan forgiveness. I'm kind of giving up, but at the same time, I don't want to be naive and at least not do my part and submit my information to just see, because you never know what's going to happen. But I really don't, have much faith in this government because, the amount of pushback for student loan forgiveness is just, it's beyond me. It's the audacity for me. That's what it is. All right, so now let's get into these numbers. The last update I gave y'all was back in November of 2021. My apologies. But we're here now. So I do have some good news. I mean, at the end of the day, my numbers have gone down. It hasn't gone down drastically, but it is on the downward motion. It's not going up. So that's always good. The first update is my personal loan / old car loan. If you do not know the backstory to that, I encourage you to go back to my very first video where I broke down how this personal / car loan thing happened. But the last time that we did an update, I still owed $1,100, and now I owe $0. It's been paid off. It's gone. It's history. It's out of here. So that personal / car loan is gone. Super excited about that. The next are my student loans. The last time we checked in, my total was $82,212 versus now I am down to $81,661. So that's about a $551 increase. Again, not super significant over a year. The last time we update, but hey, it is what it is. And then my car loan, my current car loan, it's another situation. That's a thorn in my side. The last time we checked in, my balance was $14,540 versus now it is $11,803. And the total decrease in that is a $2,737 decrease. Again, I feel like this number is dropping significantly because I do have my payments coming out every 2 weeks when I get paid versus me paying once a month, because that just once a month amount was just too much for me. And so it just made sense for me mentally to just break that monthly payment down into smaller payments by check versus me just having to give it all out, that big lump sum amount out at once. But the interest on this loan is mad disrespectful. Like, it has no care for my feelings, does not care about my dreams or aspirations. It is like a chokehold. And I think on my next Dead Diary update, I'm going to like visibly show you guys the breakdown of this, because I think I've had this car almost, I think December actually will make it 2 years, 2 or 3 years. And when you see how much I paid on this car versus how much is left due to the interest, I just want to, but it is what it is. So what is my plan now to pay down my debt? I am just going to maintain the minimum payments continually. I have focused on increasing my income with intention, specifically with my career. And I believe on my last update, I did talk about that. I have increased my salary since the last time we talked, and I actually didn't necessarily need to leave my job. So, because y'all know your girl would skirt quickly, but they worked something out and I was actually able to increase my salary. And that is a goal for me every 2 years. If I'm not able to increase my salary, I am looking for another position. And to me, that's just being smart. My time is something I can never get back. And regardless of what I do, I love what I do, regardless of what organization that I work for. I need to make sure that, I'm being valued to its fullest capacity. And to me, that's growing professionally and financially. And so, especially with inflation, I'm not going to feel any type of guilty by asking for that coin, So, yeah, but I have been able to increase my salary, which is a good thing. And that's going to continue to be a goal and ambitions of mine. Refocusing my energy on my blog and my YouTube channel. Y'all keeping hope alive. But definitely my blog, I really want to figure out a way to monetize my blog, specifically for Mediavine. For those of you who don't know, Mediavine is an advertising company, kind of similar to what YouTube do with the YouTube ads. You can, have ads, rolling on your blog, and there's like big money that, goes with that. And so, but there's a certain threshold of page views that you need to have on your website to qualify. And so I want to get that monetized. YouTube is monetized and needs to grow, but I need my blog to be monetized. And that's pretty much it, progressing in my career financially and professionally, and, maximizing my online business ideas and, entities that I'm trying to create. So y'all just wish your girl lots and lots of cash. I hope you found this video helpful. This has been a journey that This has been a journey that I will continue to take you all on. I am, just taking it $1 at a time, paying this big old mountain of debt down. But I will say my ego and my little hope has been bruised a little bit. I'm down, but I'm not out. But yeah, so y'all just, keep your girls in your prayers and thoughts, and, just lots of green coming my way. Until next time, please remember to dream, believe,